Now, for many of you, your house will be the most valuable asset to pass on to your children when you die. But an increasing number of us worry that as we get older, we may need to pay for some sort of care, and that selling our house might be the only way to cover the cost. So what if somebody told you that there was a way to safeguard some of the value of your house? Harold and Joan Talkington believed such a deal would give them peace of mind. Joan Talkington has been a member of the Hazel Grove Ladies Club for 50 years. Once a week, she and her friends meet for a chat and to enjoy the guest speakers. In the spring of 2011, one such speaker was from a firm called National Legal Assistance. He explained to Joan and her friends that people with assets such as property or savings usually have to pay for any care needed in their old age. But if they signed up to something called a family property trust, it would mean their homes would be protected.
I thought, well, this is right. If I'm taken into a home, you won't be able to take my house off me. And, good idea.
Joan hurried home to tell her husband Harold. Both liked the sound of it, as they were keen to protect their home and savings for their children and grandchildren.
We didn't want to be cheated out of our house. Other people who didn't have quite as much money were going to get paid for. And we'd paid our taxes and our dues over the years, and it didn't seem fair.
The Talkingtons asked a representative from the company to visit to give them more information.
He said it puts a complete ring fence round everything you own, and in effect it no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the people in the will that you're leaving all your estate to. He said, and although you can spend it, you can sell your house and change and get a smaller house. All we will do, that's them, will put the smaller house into the ring fence, and that will be included.
Such trusts can be complicated, so we asked solicitor Gary Rycroft to explain exactly how they work.
A property trust is an arrangement where the owners of property transfer ownership from themselves to a separate trust arrangement, and so they no longer own the property themselves. It's useful if you're concerned about care home fees, because you can transfer the ownership of the property you live in into a separate trust arrangement. This means that if you are assessed for the cost of care fees, you don't have to declare ownership of the house that you're living in.
It all seemed to make sense to Joan and Harold, and they agreed to sign up.
They said that the whole thing would take 5 or 6 weeks. Obviously it would cost a bit, but in our case, when he totted it all up, he could do it for £2,395. Initially I thought, my God, you can get your will for 300, and thinking about it, I thought, yeah, and we agreed.
But after sleeping on it and studying the paperwork further, the Talkingtons started to have second thoughts. They called their bank to put a stop to the cheque that they had signed.
Mrs., I'm very sorry, we can't cancel it. It's already been cashed. And I said, but that's silly. How can that possibly be? It's usually 3 to 5 days before a cheque is honoured. Yes, well, they happen to use the same bank, and they cast it without question.
The Talkingtons then contacted National Legal Assistance directly. Harold was told that if he returned the cancellation form within 7 days, they would get their money back. So he sent it by registered post and waited. And waited. Nothing happened. So he got back in touch.
They'd received our cancellation, but the computer in the accounts department had broken down, and they were running late, and bear with them and all the rest of it.
The Talkingtons didn't know what to do next, and that's when they contacted Rip Off Britain. We've discovered that on average you should expect to pay around £500 for a property trust, far less than the £2,395 Harold and Joan had paid up.
And if I'd have known that in the first place, or any idea that that was the going rate, the fellow wouldn't have had a chance. I'd have reported him as soon as he tried to sell me something for 2395.
Not only that, but solicitor Gary Rycroft believes the couple should never have been offered the trust in the first place.
The thing about property trusts is it's better to do them sooner rather than later. In this case, if the couple concerned had gone into care within, say, 6 to 12 months of making the gift, then there is a significant risk that the local authority would overturn the gift, and in that case, the fees that they've paid to set up the property trust would have been completely wasted. I think the point is that it is risky, and so if you are entering into this kind of arrangement, the risk needs to be pointed out to you.
We contacted National Legal Assistance, but have had no response from them, which perhaps isn't surprising. It's part of a company that has been officially wound up by the Insolvency Service after concerns were raised about their sales techniques and business conduct. It's unclear where this leaves customers like Joan and Harold, and there are lots of them. It's known that the companies closed down by the Insolvency Service made more than £1 million in sales.
You can only put it down to experience, but their experience is that we don't need at our age. And it's, our time for...
wasted 3 months of our life, really.
yeah.
Nothing's happened, only arguments.